Hi everyone, this is Valerie McNeil from Ginger's Eclectic Life, and I'm here today to share with you a recent journal that I made. I made it out of an R.L. Stevenson A Child's Garden of Verses book. So it's got lots in it. I have an elastic stretch lace band holding it together. We'll just take that off. So what I've done is I've reinforced the spine with some cardstock, both inside and inside, as you can see in here, and on the outside, and kind of secured it in place, glued it, and put washi tape down on the front and back here. And I bound it with some ribbon, and I used Easy Twine binding to hold everything in place. So we have a nice string hanging from it. So I put a nice flower from Michaels I had on the front to go with the theme, the Children's Garden of Verses, and it kind of goes with the pink flowers that are here. So inside, I put a freebie printable from Graphics Fairy in the front of the book. Got lots of cardstock, coffee dyed paper, vellum, craft paper, lots of different elements in this book. And I've tried to include a lot of journaling spaces and little tuck spots with all kinds of goodies, cards, and tags in them. So that's what I have in there. Little fairy printable. And this is some paper ribbon that I found at a thrift store. I thought it had a neat texture on it. And this is an old flower label. I believe this kit is from Vintage Ephemera on Etsy. Ephemera's Vintage Garden. Life is Beautiful. It's a little bird there, and this is half of a paper bag. I've got a flower glued to the back, and we've got a couple of little cards. This one says, "You are my favorite." And a little butterfly card there. I included a few pages from the book here and there. And here we have some coffee stained paper. Beautiful design from the pan I used. This one was actually a muffin tin. So we have lots of paper in there to journal on. I have some stamping here. I have another paper bag with a little card in there. It's the other half of the paper bag. A little tuck spot with a tag, little girl, vintage girl on it, and the tag says smile. Another stamp. All you need is love. And we've got a tag in there. And this was a little card that I had found, they're bridge cards. So I just put that, and that's the front. And in here I've got, I've got a little tag that's been sewn on. Found those at Michael's. And a little piece of paper where you can journal or put some notes. Just go for it. I have a pocket that I put there with vintage, looks like a vintage seed packet. Hard to get that in and out of there. I'll leave that for later. And some of the papers have some Tim Holtz spray ink on them. Lots of little beautiful pieces of ephemera. It's a library pocket. I love these pockets. Some cards. Kind of going with a flower, fruit, kind of garden theme for this book. And children, of course. It's Children's Garden of Verses. We've got a seed packet picture there. And lots of space for journaling on the back. Beautiful butterfly, and this is also from Ephemera's Vintage Garden, the printable tag. here we have a vellum bag that I coffee stained, and it kind of came apart a little, so I'm holding it together with a little pink flower. And bulb catalog, another little card that you can write or journal on. Some more coffee stained paper, some stamping, and this is vellum. I love putting vellum in my books. It's just such a contrast to all the other papers. We've got a little clip with a pom-pom on it there. A little clip with some seam binding I've added to a paper clip. This is the center of the signature. The cardstock. The other part of the vellum envelope, and this says "Follow Your Dreams," and of course it's blank on the back. And we've got some tuck spots, paper clip, Top Dog apples. This is a copy of the picture I have inside the front cover. It's a mother and two children at some beehives. There's daydreams in the garden. I've just made a little tuck spot here. The back of a seed packet and some stamping that I've done. This is some old trim that I found in one of my thrift store hauls. We've got a coloring page here. I've got a butterfly glued down there. And a little bag here. I've just got it under the clip, but I've got a little fairy in there. Goes with the theme of children and fairies and gardens. Some more stamping. Got some little tags tucked in there, and they're blank on the back as well. Here's a tag that I had made. Another paper clip featuring some seam binding, vintage seam binding. And this print comes from when I dry them in the oven, and this is a pizza pan I have that has holes in it, and it makes for great coffee dyed paper. Another little bag. It says "You're the Sweetest." You can see that. We have another piece of cardstock, another seam binding paper clip. It's a Beautiful Day. And a piece of lace that I glued down, and it says "Faith." We've got bulbs and seeds, little card in there. And that's it for this junk journal. It's really, really thick with all the paper that I have in it, so it's nice to just elastic lace, or lace elastic is great for just, you can make a beautiful bow. And that's it for this junk journal. This is Valerie McNeil from Ginger's Eclectic Life. Thanks for watching.